Hi, my name is Del Barton, and I'm a forester. That means that I like trees. It's my job to help them grow and to protect them. Today, I'd like you to pretend that you're a forester too. Then you can find out why trees are so important. Pretty soon, you're going to get a seedling tree to plant. A seedling is a baby tree. I want to make sure that you know how to plant it right and how to take care of it properly. But before I do that, I'd like to tell you a story about a man named Jim McDonald. He was born and raised here in Lima a long time ago. Mr. McDonald loved the earth and had a special love for trees. When he grew up, he donated seedling trees to all the school children in Lima. He gave away nearly 56,000 trees. These trees behind me were just some of those trees that he planted himself. When he passed away in 1991, other people in the community thought it was a good idea to keep giving trees away to school children. So the Kiwanas Club and the Allen County Soil and Water Conservation District are continuing the tradition that Mr. McDonald started. They want you to have your very own tree. Choosing the right place to plant your tree. Okay kids, we have a number of tree seedlings that we're going to plant in just a short while here. And what we need to do is look for a great place to plant a tree. Some trees don't like to be exposed to direct sunlight like we have today, and trees like to get a start by having a little bit of shade and plenty of water. One of the things that you need to find out, first of all, is if you have permission to plant the tree. You need to ask yourself, does your family own the property where you want to put the tree? You need to ask your mom or dad for permission to put the tree on the property, and they might suggest a place to put it as well. Yes, Samantha?
But I live in an apartment. Where do I plant?
Well, if you live in an apartment, what you should do is get permission from the landlord or for the caretaker of the apartment building. They can not only tell you, give you permission, but they can also tell you or suggest a good place that you might be able to plant it on the property. Yes, Ryan?
What if the landlord says no?
Well, if the landlord says no, you probably have some friends or some aunts or uncles, or maybe you know somebody that owns a business that might be interested to have a tree planted on their property. So you should go ask them if they'd like to have a tree planted, and that way you'll have a place you can put it. Okay, kids, let's take a walk and take a look at some areas to watch out for and things to watch out for when you're going to plant a tree. The next thing we need to do is select a place to plant our tree. We want to be careful it's not too close to the power lines. If you're planting it underneath the power lines, the tree could grow up and the limbs could grow into the power line, the telephone lines, or the cable lines. Instead, we want to plant it off to the side so it has plenty of room to grow up. Also, you want to make sure it's not too close to other trees, or the tree limbs could grow into the other tree and create a problem. Then if we look down, we want to make sure that our tree isn't planted too close to a sidewalk, because the roots of the tree may interfere with the sidewalk and break it apart. We don't want to plant it too close to the curb. The same thing could happen. The tree roots could eventually break up the curb. You want to make sure that you don't plant it too close to a sewer or a sewer cover, because the roots will try and grow into the sewer and it'll disrupt the sewer line. Instead, you want to plant it far enough away, usually 5 to 6 feet away at least, from the nearest curb or sidewalk. So that way the tree has plenty of room to grow tall and to grow big. Creating a home for your tree. Okay, one of the things when you're going to plant a seedling is to determine the size of the hole that you need to make. As you can see here, we have two different size holes. The one hole is much too small. This hole here is just right. There's lots of room for the tree roots to grow and expand and the tree to live, and there's plenty of room for water to allow the roots to grow and expand in that hole as well. Now, how big should the hole be? Well, again, we don't want it too small. We want it plenty big. And what would you use? What kind of tools would you use to dig those holes? Well, you might use a hand trowel like this, or a regular shovel like these here. When you're digging the hole, You need to pick just the right size hole. If it's too small, the roots won't grow in it, and it won't hold enough water to allow the tree to survive. And if the hole is too big, well, the nutrients won't get to the tree roots to allow the tree to grow big and healthy and strong. If you're going to keep a tree in the container, you want to make sure that you use a big enough container. This container here is much too small for the roots to grow and for the tree to live in a container such as this. This container is better. It has holes in the bottom that allows for drainage of water, and it has enough room to let your seedling get started, to let the roots grow. You can use a bigger container like this, but it has no holes in the bottom. So we're going to need to add holes to allow water to drain out. It is big enough to allow the roots of the tree to grow and expand. This container here has the holes in the bottom to allow for drainage, and it's plenty big to allow for the tree to grow and the roots to expand, and it'll have a big, healthy tree in time. Okay, kids, let's get our tree seedlings now and find a place for them to be planted. Planting your seedling. Ask your parent or another adult to help you select a good site and plant your tree. The size of your hole depends on the size of your tree's root system. The hole should be big and deep enough for the roots to spread out and grow. After you dig the hole, break up the soil so there are no clumps. Add other topsoil or peat moss if needed. Place a layer of stones in the bottom of the pot for drainage. The tree can only live in the pot for a year or two, so start looking for a permanent planting site. Planting instructions are printed on the bag that contains your seedling. Caring for your tree. When watering your tree using a watering can, be sure to use plenty of water so it can soak down to the roots of the tree. Watering about twice a week should provide enough water. Be careful not to overwater. Adding a thin layer of mulch, such as shredded bark or wood chips, will help to keep moisture in the ground around the roots and keeps the roots warm in the winter, like a blanket. Using some sort of protection or barrier around your tree, like border fencing, will help to keep animals, pets, and people from stepping on it. It will also help to keep lawnmowers away.
My tree can give us air that's sweet.
My tree holds the ground below our feet.
My tree can be home to birds that sing.
My tree can be used to build something.
My tree can be pretty to our eyes when it grows beyond the size.
To make it grow, I will tend it.
Plant it, water it, and defend it.
Together we'll grow up tall and free. Together always we